Don't be surprised when you see me elevating. Don't be surprised when you see me
Ladies and
celebrating. Don't be surprised.
Alright, let's go.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you see me celebrating. This is my year. This is my year.
In my last video, I showed you how you can set up sidechain compression in FL Studio. Today, we're going to talk about how you can set up sidechain compression in Logic Pro X. I think it's actually easier to set up sidechain compression in Logic Pro X. All right, let me show you how to do it. Just like the last time, I'm going to show you how to sidechain your kick to your bass. By the way, any compressor that you can do sidechain compression on will have this sidechain option up here, right? You see where it says sidechain? You can't do sidechain compression with every compressor, basically. This is actually a multi-band compressor. You have the option of either focusing on the low end, right? Or just sidechaining the whole signal. All right, so let's set up the sidechain compression. I'm focused on the low end this time around, so I'm just going to move the crossover points to 78. Go over to modern so I can have more control over the compressor setting. Now, this is one step that doesn't change regardless of the compressor that you use. You're just going to come up to sidechain here and then select the file that you want to sidechain the bass to, right? In this case, it's our kick. So I'm just going to go over to audio and I'm going to go down to soft kick, right? Select that. So now this is what we're sidechaining the bass to. I'm going to set my ratio to be honest, I could choose to set my ratio to maybe 7:1. What that means basically is for every 7 dB above the threshold, the compressor is going to duck the signal by 1 dB. Okay, let me set the fast attack, maybe 1 milliseconds. Fast release about 5. What's this? This is auto release, not turn that off. A lot of compressors will actually give you the option of selecting the input source for your sidechain, right? So you have internal or external. But obviously we want to sidechain the bass to an external signal, which is our kick. So we're going to go here and select external. But first of all, we have to turn this on. Again, this is a multi-band compressor and we are trying to focus on the low frequency, right? So we're just going to go here and select external band 1. And if we play the beat now, you'll see that we've engaged sidechain compression. Right? You can see that we're getting up to, I think, up to minus 10 dB of gain reduction. Let me make it drastic so you can really hear. But we don't need that much, sidechain compression, so I'm just going to pull that up a little bit. Usually, I don't want to do more than 6 dB of gain reduction. So I think that's just enough for the kick to cut through in the mix. But you can decide how much gain reduction you want, Right, so I'm just going to put it back up. I really like using multi-band compressors to do sidechain compression because you can really just target the specific frequency range that the kick occupies. That way, you are only focusing on that frequency range. So the bass frequency that's getting attenuated is just the bass frequency that will compete with the kick directly. So the other bass frequencies above that will still cut through in the mix. So that way you get the thick bass and your kick still cuts through in the mix. But this is a Neutron 4 compressor by Isotope and I'm not sure a lot of people have this one. Let's do the same setup with another compressor entirely. Let's use Logic's compressor this time around. Again, the same process. You go to sidechain. By default, it's usually set to internal, but we want to do external sidechaining. So we go ahead and select our source. This is an audio file, soft kick, and then do the standard compressor settings. We're going to set auto gain to off, auto release to off. Let's set the ratio to 7:1. Soft knee, fast attack, fast release as well. So let's go. Right, so you can see we've engaged sidechain compression very easily. And like I said, the more you reduce the threshold, the more compression you get. So if I turn this down, so now it's just pumping like EDM track, right? Right, so that's it. It's very, very easy to set up sidechain compression in Logic Pro X actually. Let's do the setup again with FabFilter. FabFilter Pro C2. The same process, you go over to sidechain, you select your source. With FabFilter, you remember you have to go to sidechain and select external. You set up your ratio, you set look ahead on, oversampling to 4x. We can set the range to, 6-7 dB, soft knee, fast attack, fast release, turn off auto gain. That's it. Then we adjust the threshold to get the amount of sidechain compression that we want. With FabFilter, you have the option of setting your range. So if you set the range to 12, right, for example, no matter how much you reduce the threshold, You're not going to go beyond 12 dB of gain reduction. But the lower your threshold, the more tighter the compression will become. Right? Let's set it up one more time with the Fab Filter multi-band compressor. Same process, go to sidechain, select your source, soft kick, set your range, go to export, set your sidechain source to external, right? Look ahead on, oversampling for X, knee, soft knee, ratio. You can set your ratio to whatever you want. Let's do 7:1. Fast attack, fast release, range. Let's set our range to -12, right? That's it. But you can see, right? This is like one way that I use sidechain compression in my mix, but I also use sidechain compression for vocals. Let me show you how I do that. For example, this song has a big choir and I use a lot of reverb to make the choir literally come alive. But I want to be able to control the reverb as well. I want the vocals to have punch and I want the reverb to follow, which means if I sidechain the choir vocals to the reverb, anytime the choir vocal plays, the reverb is going to duck down a little bit so that the choir vocal is more prominent. And when the vocal stops playing, the reverb takes over. Let me show you how to do that in Logic Pro X. So I'm going to go over to the reverb bus.
Stop me. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. No one can stop me. This is my year. This is my year. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me.
All right, so let's control the reverb with sidechain compression. So we're just going to use any compressor this time around. Let's even use the Logic one. And now I'm going to select my source. So we're going to go down to the bus where I have my crowd vocals. This is how I like to work. I do a lot of bus processing. So I have all of the crowd vocals going to a bus and I've processed it as one unit. Okay, so I'm going to go over to, right. So yeah, so let's go to bus this time around, not audio. So I think that should be bus 8. Again, we're going to do the usual compressor settings. Turn auto gain off, auto release off. I'm just going to select 7:1, soft knee, fast attack, fast release, and then drop my threshold and let the magic happen.
This is my year. I'm gonna be great.
You can hear that.
You cannot stop me. No one can stop me.
Right?
This is my year. I'm gonna be great.
So you can hear that as I reduce the threshold, the vocal becomes louder and then the reverb comes after. So it's a very good way to control reverb in your mix. And you can also sidechain delay. You can sidechain anything basically.
Yeah, this is my year. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. No one can stop me. This is my year. This is my year. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. No one can stop me. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready?
So that's it basically. That's how you set up sidechain compression in Logic Pro X. It's very simple. It's very straightforward if you ask me. So that's going to be it for now. If you got something from this, make sure you leave me a like and subscribe if you've not. If you have questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to book my services for mixing and mastering in stereo and Dolby Atmos, I'm going to leave the link to the engineer's account below so you can go there and book my services, all right? Or you can go on Instagram, Benny Macaulay DB. Very easy to find. If you've not listened to the Project Atmos EP, link also down there below. And if you're a producer, artist, and you want to record yourself, I have a link down below as well to Logic Pro and recording template with a free Afrobeat preset in it. All stock plugins, all right? So that's going to be for now. Shall see you on the next one. Benny Macaulay out.
Yeah, this is my year. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. No one can stop me. This is my year. This is my year. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. No one